Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome back to the 53206 cast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Meg.
And Meg.
Yeah.
His podcast.
It is.
All right. Well, Meg, today was week 3 at We Got This. You do like to remind everybody what We Got This is. Would you like to do that now?
Yeah. We Got This is the community garden over on 9th and Ring. 9th and Ring is in the 53206 zip code, which is the poorest zip code in the state of Wisconsin. And people, mainly kids, kids in middle and high school come to work and earn $20. And if they work extra hard, they can become a student leader and work and make $40. And one of the things that I was excited for you said it during the kind of, we have like a after meeting time with all the leaders and the student leaders.
A staff meeting.
Thank you.
That's what those are called. When everybody that works there gets together and has a meeting, it's a staff meeting.
You can tell that I'm self-employed. I don't ever go to those because I don't have them. But I thought it was neat that you said that our student leaders have doubled so far. Yeah. So we started out with what, like 20, and now we have about 40?
No. We started out with like 10, and now we have 20.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think it's really neat because at the end of each, garden, like the kids get paid, and I can always kind of see you writing notes on, who could be a student leader for the next time. And one of the girls in my group last time, I said, like, you are just like, you're awesome. You should, like, I'm going to put you up for being a student leader. And she was one this week.
Yeah.
And that was really exciting.
Because she did a good job.
She's awesome. Yeah, she's really. I feel like
and has done well in the past. A person that's been there for a couple of years, and it's now almost silly that she wouldn't be one. So
yeah. There was one of the guys who he was mowing this afternoon, and I kind of keep making fun of him, like, you student leader yet? And I'm like, I like you so much. You're so great. Like, when are you going to be a student leader? And he's like, I know. I don't know. So I keep pushing him to be one because he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I don't want to name any names, but you know that we had a very special guest there for the first time today, a young man, and he got high praise also.
He did.
And it sounds like maybe we can bump him up too. So
yeah, and the funny part is our niece dated him for a minute,
very short period of time.
A minute, yeah. So yeah, he's a neighbor, so
great kid.
Excited that he came.
Great kid, yeah. First time there, and everybody raved about how great he was. So.
They really did. It was actually really funny. People came up to me and they're like, "Do you know that guy? He worked so like one of the leaders that doesn't he? I feel like I don't know that he's ever told me anybody that has done a good job." And he came up and he's like, "He was the hardest working guy ever."
Must have made a good impression.
Yeah, I thought.
Which I mean is a great thing to be able to remind young people of. When you're going to your first day at work, you're so much better off having your first day be your best day than your worst day.
Yeah.
Because then you're always kind of.
That's true.
And you don't want to skate into the first day, but if you're not doing everything exactly perfect on day 30, nobody really is gonna know or care. So, Meg, great day again today. I mean, we were probably. It wouldn't shock me if I total it up and we're at 180 or more, which keep trying to not just take everybody, but it's just so hard. At 7:45 somebody shows up and you're like, oh, we're full. Hard not to take them.
Yeah.
So, but I think it was actually kind of funny. So a friend of mine used to be the superintendent of West Allis schools when I worked in West Allis, and he and his partner have bought a house that his partner used to live in growing up. So like the childhood home of this guy.
Yeah.
And he's over there on Saturday. He still works. He retired as a superintendent and now is working at a Catholic school, I want to say. But anyways, that's not the point of it. But the point was that, so I'm talking to him and he's like, oh yeah, I saw the kids out and
this is after the garden.
Yeah, after. Yeah, when we're doing like just cleaning up, driving the tractor around, I just like to make a point to go over there and say hi.
Yeah.
See how he's doing, because he's renovating the house, and I also renovate houses in the neighborhood.
You do like doing that, yeah.
I do like doing that. So, I was just chatting with him, and I was telling him, 180 kids, that I was pretty surprised that there were that many.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot, and it's funny because we work together in schools. And he was asking, well, how do you even do that? I'm like, well, you just run it. You just run it like a school. Remember how you work in those, and it's, everybody goes to their different classes, and they have, the different activities that they do, and you can't have nine classes in the lunchroom at the same time, so you just divide it up like that. But so it was funny to talk to him about that. I was also talking to him about, we've gone the first 2 weeks without any kids being sent back. So if you get fired or you're on, we used to call these PIPs, personalized or professional improvement plan, or something improvement plan.
Sure.
I don't know what the first P stands for.
Okay.
But basically it was like, you're not very good at your job and we need you to get better at these 3 or 4 things, right? So, a kid, if they are not being as successful as they need to be, they can be brought back to the main garden, leave where they're working, and come back to the main garden and have a personalized improvement plan.
Chat with you.
A little chat, right?
Yeah.
And we hadn't had any. We didn't have any the first 2 weeks, and we kind of had one today, I guess. But and it was funny because I was telling them, we in schools you call that exclusionary discipline. Like when you get suspended, that's what it's called.
Sure. Okay.
And there was a time where, it's probably still the case, but the exclusionary discipline typically overall in state of Wisconsin and other states, I'm sure, is probably pretty similar, but it skews in the direction of minority students. More minority students per capita are given an exclusionary discipline than white students.
Sure.
So
I say sure because I feel like bias and all,
whatever,
all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So so that term is a term that we would use often enough where everybody, in that space kind of knows what that is. And so I was telling him, we had our first instance of exclusionary discipline today. And you make a big deal about all these things, but like nobody fought each other.
No.
It's really funny because, there was a kid cursing in the line, just said something stupid in the line. And, I when I hear that, I just say, oh, is somebody cussing over there? And it's really funny to watch because they know now to not deny that they did, because does it really matter? No, it doesn't really matter. But we just can't have everybody curse. You can't have 180 kids just swearing at each other.
Yeah, that would be something. Yeah,
that'd be crazy, right? So, but they now know. Okay, I should just apologize.
Yeah,
and then just say, let people know. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I won't do it again.
Yeah,
because whatever, you can. 10 minutes before you walk over there, you can say and do whatever you want. But then now this is a different space, and so you can't say and do whatever you want. But anyway, so I was telling him about the exclusionary discipline, and we were laughing about it because the kid just brought a squirt gun. It was all it was. So,
yeah. Which happens every year.
Yeah. And this squirt gun, I think this kid was trying to make it. It was a more real. Some squirt guns, like a super soaker, like you're like, that's not a gun. That's just a water gun. This was one that was made to look a little bit more like a regular gun, but obviously not. Okay,
so can I ask a question about it? Like, how a real gun couldn't hold very much water?
No. So it's not the issue. Wasn't that the kid brought a squirt gun. The issue was that the kid brought a squirt gun that he probably just goofing around at the house, colored with a marker. Okay. And so the second I saw it, I was like, oh, it's a squirt gun. Yeah. It wasn't, you didn't do a very good job of it. Okay. But it's just the thought of, okay, you can't walk around with something that, looks like it might, is a questionable thing. I mean, just up the street, it was a long time ago. But
I was just thinking about that.
There was a kid who had,
a
kid had an airsoft gun or a pellet gun or something. Yeah. Not a weapon, and a toy.
Usually, I remember this story because usually it has an orange dot on the end.
Right. Yeah. So like you can buy plastic toys. Yeah. They have the little orange thing on it, and that's supposed to tell, let people know, oh, you're just playing. And it was obvious, like, it wasn't, there was no malintent with the squirt gun except to squirt people. But because it had been modified very poorly.
Okay, so up the street, I feel like you didn't.
So up the street, I don't know how long it was. at least
10 years,
15 years ago, a kid,
a 16-year-old,
16, it was a kid,
had
they call them facsimile weapons. They're just like a toy.
Yeah,
had a toy,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know all of the details of the story, but I mean he was shot.
Yeah,
because by police because he had a toy, and I mean, I get it. Like if you think you don't have a ton of time to make a decision on is this a toy, is this not a toy, and if a person is whatever, regardless of their age, if they're waving around, and I don't know any of the details of the story at all.
I just remember it was really sad. I think he died.
So that story is in the back of my mind when I'm, like, is this actually a big deal? No, this isn't actually a big deal.
Yeah.
But do I need to make it a big deal because I don't want that same thing to happen?
Yeah.
To this kid, nice kid. But so anyway, so we had big long talk about it, and that's fine. I kept it. So if you see,
oh my gosh,
I wasn't gonna give it back to him.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what you do in that situation.
Yeah, I mean it's like a $4 water gun.
Yeah,
the kid made more than $4 today. But if he really wants to, I feel like
can you just like show it to me? I don't want to be worried that there's I don't want to find it and then be worried.
No, when you see it, you'll be like, oh, that's a squirt gun that somebody crudely. Like, you know how if you have a permanent marker, you could make something.
Sure, and
it was like a Crayola marker. It doesn't look.
Yeah. Okay.
No one in their right mind would think that was a gun, an actual gun. But it's the point of it is, okay, well, in every neighborhood probably has some nuanced thing that you can and can't do, and that's one of the things you really probably shouldn't do. And so, not the end of the world. Yeah. Not even that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And if it was not modified in any way, then I probably wouldn't have even really cared.
Yeah.
I just would have said, here, I'm going to take this and just give it back to you at the end.
Yeah.
But, it's not the type of thing. If you do that, then you miss an opportunity to help the kid understand that people are going to just jump to some conclusion. And when you do something, if you're doing something, people can just jump to a conclusion. And they can make a judgment about what you're doing. And if it's something that they deem to be super unsafe, well, then you never know what's going to happen to you. And just stay out of those kind of situations. It's not a good spot to be in.
Yeah. I feel like I would like to talk a little bit more about the garden because I feel like it was a great day. I had a really good group. We planted so many plants. So big shout out to Kellner's Greenhouse.
Yeah.
They donated like 3 truckloads that we put into 2 truckloads. It was so much. I was like we just didn't want to go back again. So I'm like, all right, let's just like, the girl was helping me. Like she had plants like all over her face.
I was looking inside of the truck and I'm like, why is it damp in here?
Yeah,
damp and muddy. And
you were moving
plants inside.
Yeah, we had them everywhere. But yeah, so
you're gonna clean that up at all? No, okay.
But yeah, so every group planted just a ton of plants. And it was great. I mean, my group planted, like everyone now knows what a snapdragon is, which that's really fun. And it was it was a great time. It was funny because the end circle time was all about owning if you make mistakes.
Yes.
And so we had a cousin, there's 2 cousins.
Yeah.
And there's she's a freshman in high school. Her younger cousin kind of like went to like trip her and like her knee went out of place or something. And
this is the
third or fourth time
this particular type of injury does happen to this individual
from
time to time.
From
the cousin.
Like she called her mom and she was like, so-and-so did this again. And the mom's like, why did he do that again? Like she was so mad. So she had to come and get picked up, which it wasn't the end of the world.
No, it was fine.
Yeah. It was fine. She still got paid. So she was like, she was happy.
Yeah.
But it was funny because during the circle time at the end, I was like, is there something that you guys are proud that you owned that, and he said, I'm proud that I owned doing this to my cousin and I'm going to try to make amends to her when I get home.
That's great.
And it was really funny because we were all like, you're proud of doing that. Like we all
Thing that you're gonna do in the future, or the damage that you did.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a great time. I feel like it was a good circle time just to kind of reflect on the work we did and just taking ownership for stuff. And I thought just the questions were really good. We talked a lot about if you don't take ownership, just how you look stupid and you look immature. And I thought that was a nice, just kind of a nice piece, because we had some like older boys that sometimes are a little bit immature. So it was nice to be like, don't be immature, take ownership, and just do the right thing. So yeah, it was a really good day.
Yeah, that phrase was one of the phrases. I didn't come up with it. My friend Greg that I used to work with came up with that, and it was really like, if you can do that, you remember how. I don't know if it was like a Brene Brown. Remember Brene Brown?
Yeah, she's great. She just was in, she just had a podcast with Trevor Noah that I feel like the whole thing, it's so good. Go out and listen to it. It's a go out and listen to now.
We'll see. We'll see if I listen to it.
Okay.
But I feel like it was her. Maybe it was somebody else, but she at least had interviewed somebody that talked about closing the loop, or closing the tunnel, or going through the tunnel
so that you can like go
some metaphor, which was basically like, just don't shy away from just completing the
feeling cycle.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of that is. Like, you can do something wrong, and I mean,
it's like repairing. Dr. Becky would talk a lot about repairing, like when you yell at your kids and then you are like, hey, I'm sorry I yelled at you. That was dumb.
Yeah, it provides a little bit of closure to the situation, because and we would talk about this in schools all the time, like a kid gets in trouble and they get suspended, for example, exclusionary discipline. They get suspended or they get detention or something, and the feelings loop or tunnel, whatever the metaphor is, a lot of times it doesn't get closed because there's no like follow-up conversation about what happened or how
how are you supposed to act when you get
right
mad.
Yeah. And it's fine. I mean, people and kids in general are pretty resilient and they can just jump back into a situation, but it's not as beneficial as running through all of it to the point where you say, yes, I shouldn't have done that, and I'm going to make an attempt to not do it again. And if you can have a little bit of sincerity in that, not just say it, but have a little bit of belief in yourself that you're going to respond that way, then you're a lot less likely to do it again. And you have an opportunity, to make, a friend, or at least keep that relationship positive, which just makes it, nobody wants to go to a place where they're feeling like a confrontation is imminent.
Yeah.
And if you can help close that loop for a kid, then it does, create an environment where they're not worried about a confrontation. They're, excited to be in a space. So
yeah, I think another neat thing, just kind of with the overall theme, is like a lot of our student leaders really have a lot of ownership of the garden. And so that was a really neat piece, just kind of at our staff meeting. We just talked about how one of the girls, she's really now in charge. She's 17 and she's in charge of check-in. And so, we're like, you're in charge. None of the adult leaders do anything with check-in. And so like the kid,
I mean, sometimes I wonder, should they be, but I'm fine with it.
I think they do a really good job. I think they,
the kids do a great job.
Yeah. Because they're able to navigate no, this person's trying to scam you.
Sure.
And them.
Well, what's interesting is if I am 12, I'm a lot more likely to try to get into an argument with an adult, because I get into arguments with adults at school all the time.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, I'm less likely to get in an argument with a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Because there's some, I don't know what the right word would be, but you're not that far away from that person. And you can kind of relate.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to pull some bullshit, they're going to call you on it.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah. But it's really neat how there's different pieces. Like there was one kid that he asked me if he could help with a boy who was in the lawn mowing group, asked if he could help with lunches.
Yeah.
And I would kind of talk with the lunch ladies after, and I was like, how did he do? And they were like, he was phenomenal. He was the hardest working lunch person. And it was just really neat that like he took ownership and he was like, can I help with this? And I said, go up during snack and ask them.
Yeah.
And he was like cutting up apples and like he was just like, and I'm like, this is so cool that like
it was funny. I was watching. It's funny you bring that kid up because I was watching him and he would cut up apples in advance and then he was trying to like give other. Like just make sure that everybody got
That's
apples.
so cool. Yeah. Yeah. That's super cool.
Like, he did a way better job than I would. I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
Like just,
yeah.
I don't know, you want an apple here? Take the apple. But
Yeah.
he's good. Yeah. Good kid.
Yeah. So I thought that was just really neat that he kind of just took ownership of that and was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And he was really good at it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of the way that the whole thing is set up. I mean, I like all of the adults that work there, and I think we do need some adults.
Mm-hmm.
But my preference would be to, because I'm sure that we can go find adults that can do this. And again, like I said, I think we need some adults.
Two adults came up to me today and said, "Can I be a leader?" So I feel like it's not hard to find.
No, and I think yes. I think it is harder to find a responsible 16 or 17-year-old, or 18, or recent high school graduate than it is to find a responsible 40-year-old. But I think the whole purpose of We Got This is to help make good leaders or good people, or there's empower people to be the best version of themselves. And having that as giving that power to a young person is how you empower them. And so thinking about like the check-in, for example, I really hope that the girl that's the young woman, whatever, that is kind of responsible for that. I think that she might think about it. I don't think that she will go an entire week without thinking about how she might want to tweak what she's doing, which I think is kind of it's kind of what you want. You want people that are thinking about these things a little bit outside of their 5 hours that they come and work. Because it's very important to her that it goes a specific way, and she's not wrong. Like the way that she wants it to be isn't wrong. It's good, and if she can continue to think about it, make a little bit of changes, do a couple of things that it should be very successful with it. And then the reason why you do that is not because it really matters how the check-in goes. It needs to go a certain way, and if it doesn't go the way that we need it to go, then we stop and say a couple of things, or whatever. Step in and you make it go that way. But it's much better if somebody that is outside of myself or you or one of the other adults can be actively trying to make it be the way that they want it to be, because that's something that she can take moving on for the rest of her life. Like you can make your environment the way that you want it to be, with a little bit of effort and some critical thinking and a little bit of discipline. You can make your environment the way that you want, and that's a good lesson. It's a good lesson to learn as a young person.
For sure.
So, you got anything you want to plug?
I think the only thing I would want to plug would be the Amazon wish list.
Oh, okay.
We are in need of trash pickers. We ran out again today.
Trash pickers and little shovels. Those are the two big things.
Yeah, so I'll update the Amazon wish list so that it's up there, but you can go to wegotThisMKE.com to see that Amazon wish list. And again, if you would rather shop local and drop that off, great. But if you are far away,
not the trash pickers. I only really want the one kind of trash pickers.
They're really good, and
they're
I know
the best.
I know how to fix them. Like I'm incredible at fixing.
The kids are getting pretty good at fixing them too.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
because
good.
they know that these ones just don't break. They're like indestructible. I don't know why.
Yeah, the other ones.
I don't know why they're so good, but they are. This is a commercial
excellent
for these trash pickers.
Trash pickers, yeah, whatever kind they are.
Yeah, we should figure out who makes the trash pickers. Maybe we just call them and.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
See if they want to sponsor.
Yeah.
I know we probably bought. I don't know how many people are out buying trash pickers, but we go through a significant number, not because they get lost or destroyed, but I mean, like, we're constantly adding kids.
150 kids are using these trash pickers.
Yeah, so we need 75 of them at any given time. So
Yeah.
because about half the kids do trash pickup and then the other half do. So
Yeah.
all right, well, was that it?
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for listening, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.